Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. It's a big, huge week like every week is this month. You're going to have to wait a second on those 3D covers because I'm starting with the Marvel guys this week because my favorite book of all books, this guy, Uncanny Avengers, is out this week. This book has it all. It's been one of my favorites from the very beginning. I love Rick Remender and just about everything he does. This will lead into your next big Marvel event, the Axis stuff. This book has Avengers and X-Men and everybody in one big whole hullabaloo. So pick up Uncanny Avengers because it's super awesome. The previous issue was the first of the new arc. You can just jump in on that one. Like I say, one of my favorite things. Big Avengers week this week. This is the main Avengers title. Again, sort of starts the next big story arc after last issue's one-shot story. That's Avengers 35. And Avengers World 13. It's your third A-Team book of the week. This one's been pretty solid from the beginning as well. I jumped in at number 7 with the Falcon issue, and I'm glad I did. So grab 13 and see what all the hubbub's about. Big week for the X-Guys. All new X-Men with your cool homage cover there. Got some Miles Morales going on. Brian Michael Bendis doing a stellar job with this book and this book, Uncanny X-Men. The two are related but not intertwined. You can follow either one, but I'd recommend following both because everybody knows Bendis is one of the best writers in comics. Dig what they're doing with Cyclops in that one. Wolverine and the X-Men. And all new X-Factor. Round out your X books this week. This one's written by one of my favorite guys, Peter David. Another book I like to talk about. Grab the first volume trade paperback and catch up because X Factor is a lot of fun. No Death of Wolverine number 3 this week, just so's you knows. Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. The big spider event of the post-summer, I guess. This one's got Gwen Stacy, as you can see there. If you're a spider person, you love Gwen Stacy. Grab the previous issue from last week. Grab this number 2. Spider-Verse stuff has been pretty fun. Speaking of Spider-Verse, you got Superior Spider-Man back in action. And the aforementioned Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man, rounds out your spider stuff this week. This book's been super red hot, so if it's not on your subscription list, it should be, or you run the risk of missing out. Pretty much most Marvel stuff comes in duplicate or triplicate this week. You got Hulk and Hulk Annual. Really cool cover on that one. Along with Savage Hulk, because you can't get enough of the big green machine. Thor, God of Thunder, number 25, last issue of this awesome book. Been having a lot of fun with this very classic sort of Thor stuff going on in these 25 issues. This one's double-sized. It's kind of a one-shot, so if you haven't been following along and you like last issues like I do, that's a good one. The next big Thor thing that everybody's talking about will be out very soon. Speaking of the God of Thunder, this is your last Original Sin book. This is number 5.5, the Thor, Loki, Angela one. Fun stuff there. We've got all the Original Sin stuff in Black Cat packs if you've been missing out. Daredevil by Mark Waid, another one of my all-time favorite writers. Elektra. I love it when Daredevil and Elektra come out in the same week. Just because as an old comic guy, that's ironic and interesting. Nova is your Marvel Outer Space book of the week. Riding the coattails of the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. And Deadpool the Biannual rounds out your Marvel stuff. Huge week for those guys. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. All the cool 3Ds. 11 of them this week. This is Batman and Robin, Future's End. The one I've been looking forward to. Batman, Superman, Future's End. Batman getting crunched there on the cover. Batwoman. Green Lantern New Guardians with the cool White Lantern Kyle. Justice League. Some of the biggest books DC does has their new 52 Futures End version this week. Red Hood and the Outlaws. Yeah, Lenticular. One of my favorites, Supergirl. Read more about this in our newsletter this week. Really dig Supergirl. Grab the Black Cat pack for all that Red Lantern stuff. This book's a lot of fun. Superman, Wonder Woman. Another excellent book. All the super books have been really popular lately. Lenticular. Teen Titans with more Damian. Most of these are one-shots. Some tie into other Futures End one-shots. But if there's a DC book you've been passing up, now's the time to check it out. Cool Trinity of Sin cover. I think they did a really good job with this 3D stuff. And Wonder Woman rounds out your 11 lenticular 3D books this week. Lots of great stuff. They've been a lot of fun. $3.99 a pop. $2.99 for the 2D versions. Batman Eternal, your weekly Batman book. Spoiler, this one's got spoiler. And check this out. That's your New 52 Futures End. The other weekly book that DC does with that insanely cool Joker cover. Sort of a pun intended. Multiversity from everybody's favorite Grant Morrison. Another one-shot. We still have the first issue if you missed out. Really cool interworld stories going on there. People dig Grant Morrison. And Fables is your Vertigo book of the week. Everybody's digging Fables as this winds down toward 150, the final issue. Really good stuff there. Great week for the DC guys. We've got all the previous 3D books in stock from the last couple weeks, so if there's anything you've been missing out on, you can totally pick them up. And really encourage you to do so because they've been a lot of fun. Big week for the Dark Horse guys. Love me some BPRD. You know I'm always talking about BPRD. Abe Sapien, Lobster Johnson, Hellboy, Baltimore, anything from Mike Mignola because he's awesome. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is your Whedonverse book of the week. Love Buffy. I love Angel and Faith. Worth it just for these covers. Really great. Dark Horse Presents 2014, the best anthology book in comics. If you're just looking for something a little different, grab Dark Horse Presents. Self-contained, short stories, some of the best talent in comics, always lots of fun. And The Strain from my man Guillermo del Toro. Just as cool as the show, if not cooler. Great covers on that one too. Big week for the Image guys, some of their hottest books. The Wicked and the Divine. That's one you've been waiting for. Deadly Class from the aforementioned Rick Remender. I told you I love him on Uncanny Avengers. I love his Image work too. A lot of range in that guy. Speaking of range, Trees from Warren Ellis. Who doesn't love Warren Ellis? If you don't know who he is, Google his name and read everything he's ever done because he's really awesome. Satellite Sam from my man Howard Chaykin. Racy covers on that one. And Stray Bullets from my man David Lapham. Love me some Stray Bullets. This book is really messed up, but very, very cool. Dark, but really well written. David Lapham's awesome. Solar, Man of the Atom. It's my Dynamite book this week. Love the old Gold Key / Old Valiant stuff that they've been doing. Solar, Magnus, Turok. Good stuff with that. And Sirens. It's my Boom Studios book of the week because it's got a gatefold cover by all-time legendary great George Perez. Again, if you don't know who George Perez is, you should Google him and buy everything he's ever done. Like, I don't know, Wonder Woman, Crisis, some of the best books of all time. That's a lot of fun. Kevin Keller with this cool Days of Future Past cover is my kids' book, Archie book of the week. Not a whole lot of all ages titles this week, but I'll take a Days of Future Past homage anytime I can get it. Lots of great books from all the different publishers, so check that shipping list, get down to your shop, pick up something super awesome. That's all I got for you for this week. Check us out on Facebook, check us out at blackcatcomics.biz, check out our YouTube channel, or just get on down here to Rockin' Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.